Christopher, thanks for the donation. Joshua Smith Hawley says, I love all the people in here mad about Nick enjoying what America has to offer. You all feel betrayed, but turn a blind eye to your taxpayer dollars, unaliving people in other countries. Again, look, I don't know what I did to any particular person out there that's mad. I didn't do anything to you at all. I'm not even accused of doing anything to you. So go deal with whatever your anger management issues are, however you need to do them. Bad Luck Boy says, Aaron is 0-2 at boxing. Ouch. I don't know anything about boxing records. He always claims to be 1-1, though. Something about, like, they changed the decision later because he was beat up, but he was beat up illegally or something. I don't know. I'm not sure. But that's what he always claimed. You guys have to check that out. I'm not here to comment about Aaron Imholte'S or anything that he has to say. He gets to say whatever he wants. I hope he makes $1 million. A Spooky Ghost says, stop neglecting your stream. We're not your kids. I don't neglect either of you. Ugly Dan says, can you say yayo? I've been a fan since like 2021. Get it together, Nick. My karma went to shit on Reddit defending you. Let me address this real quick. This is actually really important. Some people have said to me like, hey, it's hard to defend you or this and this. Defending you. Stop. I never asked anybody to defend me, ever. This goes all the way back to the Vic days when people are like, Nick, I defended you online, and then people started coming after me. I'm like, please don't. Please don't. You guys have read the allegations against me, I assume. You don't need to defend me. Those allegations exist from the government. They've been made. People are not going to accept your defense of me, and they don't have to. Please don't defend me. Do you even see me defending myself? No, I'm defending myself in court. Because again, the shocking number of people asking me to come online and defend my public image must have missed the bus. And it must be a short one, I guess, because you should know that my public image is just who I am. And you should know that there's no way on earth I'm going to capitulate to a government accusation. The government has a burden. They have to meet it. Until they meet it, fuck it. Meet your burden. Then we'll talk. If they do, then we'll deal with that. But right now, they haven't even had to try. So until that's done, I'm not going to sit here and capitulate to anything. But the converse is, that means I don't get to defend myself. Okay. You shouldn't either. Don't put yourself out there on my behalf. I've never asked anybody to do that. I wouldn't ask you to do that. So I know your karma score on Reddit isn't important. Well, maybe it is really important, but seriously, when you get involved with some of this stuff, with some of the people who are out there, especially some of the people who are out there commenting about me, you open yourself up to personal inspection, ridicule, and possibly more. Don't do that. It's not your cross to bear. I don't want your help defending me in that way at all. If there's something that I need help with, it'll be something that I'm looking for to be given to my lawyer to use in court. And I would ask that very specifically. I'm not asking for anything like that right now. Because right now it's all on government to prove anything. Right now I stand accused. Until a different outcome occurs, I do not stand convicted. And I hope to never stand convicted of anything. Well, except for maybe a few thousand speeding tickets. Lady Los Sandra says, you made LawTube? The worst thing. Don't put that on my tombstone, please. Seedfan85 says, I see the fascist haircut has returned. Is there a story behind it this time? Look, it's summer. In summer, I have my dude bring it down way, way low because I have a heat allergy. Something I've openly talked about forever. I have a heat allergy. I get hives when I get warm. I scratch them. Sometimes they bleed. Ugly Dan says, on behalf of a community, you're not funny anymore. Cool. Good. I didn't claim to be funny. I mean, except to me. I laugh at my jokes, but sometimes I laugh at things that aren't funny. IDK anymore says, at least PPP doesn't have kids with coke on them. If PPP has kids, he's probably about to eat them. Four Loop Media says, why aren't you grifting off your big return? I don't know what you want me to do to grift off of it, but I think I'm going to do okay. I do my thing. There's often not enough planning. God Felted says, here's to your legal fund, hoping you get the full 25 years, you piece of casino always wins. Well, I got news for you. If you read the sentencing guidelines, it's very unlikely. Inquisitor Media says, favorite brand of SpaghettiOs. There's only one brand. SpaghettiOs is a brand. It's a brand. Cody the Bum says, F yeah, Nick. McNasty says, want to ask you, Nick, about this current thing where a lot of old heads are getting bashed for a misstep. Not just you, but Masterson, Medicare, etc. Is this just a cycle of the internet to jump on the fallen of some other BS? It's just the nature of the business. You talk about people, you're going to get talked about. You're going to make somebody mad, and then they're going to do something to you. Like sometimes things happen and people get a wrong idea in their heads, and they feel justified in trying to cause you and the people that you love serious amounts of pain. That's not most people on the internet. Most people on the internet just laugh at the ongoing dumpster fire that is all over and circling around them. But there are some sad, pathetic people who can't realize their own inadequacy. And when that inadequacy manifests and their life suffers consequences because their inability to be introspective, their unwillingness to self-examine or accept criticism or even self-critique, they rewrite their own history. They make up stories. They come up with a timeline and a set of facts that doesn't exist to justify their own failures. No matter how many times those failures were pointed out to them in friendly ways, they just can't do it. Someone else did it to them because it certainly couldn't be their own fault. And those are the people who foist themselves up as some sort of paragon while openly trying to damage and destroy lives of innocents. And those people will probably have to deal with the consequences of their actions at some point. But I don't know. I'm not God. I just think I am. Let's see. Smokin' says, I'm an addict. Once an addict, always an addict. Love you, brother. Believe in you. Government. I'm sorry to hear that for you, man. Look, I've seen people deal with addiction. It's really fucking nasty. Really fucking nasty. And I commend you on your journey. Jeff Bruno says the worst part is the hypocrisy. It's a good Norm Macdonald joke. Very much. Well, actually, I thought the worst part was the Matthew Self says, not that I hate what you were saying, but are you reading from the screen? No. No, I could show you here. You want to see what I look at, guys? Here's what I look at. This is a screen that I'm looking at 90% of the time. This is what I see. I usually have locals up, but right now it's not on this window. Stinky Stink says, please keep streaming. Turkey Tom needs footage. Yeah, again, I don't think I've met Turkey Tom. I know he's met Dick Masterson or something. And cheers, I guess. Christine Hansopoulos says, I care about you and Kayla and wish you the best. Hey, thank you, Christine. Very much appreciate that. BTM Reviews, a huge super chat. Really appreciate it. Says, your friends are some of the worst people I used to think were smarter than me. Guess I was wrong because I never determined your guilt until I hear all sides of the court. Love you and Lady Rackets since Nashville. Hey, thank you. Thank you. Isn't that amazing? Charitard says, is April still giving that Hoover Deluxe treatment? That month is long gone. I'm not sure what you're talking about there. Johnny Rocket says, potentially criminal tested positive for jelly donuts. And what? That was rude. That was not very uncouth of you. Dark Luge G, whatever the truth of your case, you're correct that we should remember to be wary of government and motives, regardless of the case. Often we don't. Pendar says, innocent until proven guilty, Pandrew. Solid number 5 says, Nick, for the love of God, use your Fifth Amendment right. Like you said, everything about the case would be said through counsel. Yeah. I have very, very vehemently used my Fifth Amendment right. Quite often. Over and over. Again, I hope to tell you the story someday when we get all this cleared up. How's that? Chugi Show Live says, weird that none of your fellow lawyers I follow on YouTube are saying the things you're accusing them of. The Spooky Ghost says, hello, citizen. It's me, your good friend, the government. I don't appreciate these hurtful things you say about me. Ethan Van Skyver says, Nick, the Denny's joke. Is it that the cop ordered a pork-based product and cops are called pigs and that's cannibalism? Is that the joke? Thanks, pal. I don't know which Denny's joke. Ethan, I think I made a couple different ones. All of them are like Ulysses by James Joyce. You can hear the jokes over and over and you'll never understand them. But you can analyze them forever. Geeky Candy says, looking forward to when we see you interrupted by one of those littles again midstream. Those moments were hectic at times, but that was when we witnessed your humanity, and despite entertaining thousands online, you cared for them. Never stopped. Not for a second.